Hello there, people of the internet. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. So, I currently have in my possession a boatload of free stuff that I got from my local gun store. I know the people down at the gun store, like on a personal level, and whenever they get stuff in that they don't want or don't need or don't feel like dealing with, they give it to me, if I'm interested. So I got like several boxes of mostly ammo, but I also see some equipment. I don't even know what's in the boxes. I looked through one of them a little bit. I got a lot of ammunition for rifles and whatnot that I don't have, so I guess I have no choice but to get those rifles. So I thought it'd make a pretty fun video to just like look through some of this really amazing stuff that I have that I got for $0.00. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this up in little bits. If I find something interesting, I will let you guys know. Alright, this is the first box of stuff we're gonna go through, because this box of stuff I haven't even looked inside of yet. It looks like we have some sort of scope. I don't know much about it. It looks half decent, and it works. It's a little dusty and needs to be cleaned, but hey, it's a functioning scope that I got for nothing. Even if it's cheap, it's, you know, still not as cheap as nothing. We got, God, what else do we have in here? We got a hunk of wire, apparently, some sort of wire. We have a bag of sorts. I wonder what sort of bodies are in this thing. Probably nothing. Yeah, it just feels like an empty bag. I see, hold on, let me get this stuff out of the way. Some sort of ammo here. We have, oh goodness, oh god, can't even read that. 300 Weatherby. Cool, 300 Weatherby ammunition. Got it just hanging out right here. Actually, we have one that looks a little different than the others. This is 300 Win Mag. I have a lot of 300 Win Mag ammunition here. Like, a lot of it. And I don't own a 300 Win Mag. Wow. Alright, hold on. This is something to look at. Look at this old box of Remington 22s. Man, that is cool. That's an antique box right there. Okay. Yeah, this was back whenever 22s meant something. 22 WRF. I'm not sure if that's like 22 Remington Special, apparently. Cool. I'll have to do some research on that. I don't think that's interchangeable with a 22 long rifle. We got number 4 buckshot out of a 12 gauge. Neat. We got an empty box of some sort. There's going to be a lot of empty boxes in here and a lot of dust. Empty centerfire cases, so this was made specifically for reloading. We have a 4570. That's a massive freaking cartridge right there. 4570. We got some lawnmower blades here. I'm gonna go ahead and not peel those out for a second. We got 260 Remington. I have not heard of that, but I have ammo for it now. We got 22s. We got empty casing. 38 special. There's a lot of 38 special in this box too, and I wish I still had my 38 special revolver. This looks like a 9mm. Yep, 9mm Luger. So that's pretty awesome. I'll set that aside. We got a destroyed 22 casing. We got, I don't know. Looks like some sort of perfume or cologne or something. Well, I thought it was anyway. Let's open it up, I guess. Does this thing open like that? Let's see what it smells like. Please don't be like deer urine or something. Oh no, it's like perfume. Cool. I got some perfume. Neat. There we go. I guess I'll just set that over there. This is 25-06. Am I reading that right? 25-06. Yeah, that's what it says. 25-06 Remington. Okay, well, I have 25-06 ammunition apparently. Okay, that's all 25-06. Looks like we have some sort of like silver case thing. This is 6.5 Creedmoor. Alright, let me look through here, and I'll see if I find anything neat. And I'm going to grab a bag to get rid of the empty casings. Real quick, I had to show off my tactical lawnmower blades here. Yeah, tactical lawnmower blades in the ammunition box. Covered in dirt. Everything in here is covered in dirt. Who knows where this box was or how long it's been sitting there. We got something in this box. Let's have a look at what's inside this box, because it's heavy. Some sort of equipment. Some sort of something. What are you? Magnetic? Oh, it's a universal watt reducer. Well, that doesn't serve my ammunition reloading purposes. So I guess I'll just cram this back in there, and we'll use this in some sort of other project later down the road. Got some styrofoam with some empty cases in it. More empty cases. Tons of empty cases. Lots of 22s in here too. I see a can. Not much oil in that, but can of oil. Oh wow. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Hold on a second. We got Winchester gun wash, also pretty much empty, and a can of spray paint, also pretty much empty. These look like super speed Winchester 22s. Another super old box. Cool. These 22s are different from like 22 long rifle. They just look very different. I'll break out a 22 long rifle and we'll look at that here in a second. So this stuff is not 22 long rifle. It's got to be something else. I'll look it up. Oh, 22 long. Alright, it's not 22 long rifle, it's 22 long. That explains a lot. Half-eaten mouse poison. That's fantastic. I wonder if I'm going to find the dead mouse. Some sort of muzzle compensator. I know it's tore up and whatnot, but I'm actually going to see if I can stick this on my Volunteer Enterprises 45 Thompson M1A1 lookalike. Because, wow, this would be perfect if it actually fit. Because I don't have front sights or muzzle compensator on mine, and this has a little front sight knob on it. That would be cool. Actually, that will be cool if it actually works. And then we got some sort of silver casing here. These silver casings are beautiful. 25-06 Remington. I don't know what a 25-06 is, but apparently it's something. Let's see, we got more wire. There's a lot of wire and a lot of garbage in here. Let me... This is a choke for a shotgun. This is like a lot of really cool but really random stuff. Well, I guess I'm going to start organizing this a bit. What do we have in here? Oh, hell yeah. We got some 30-30s. Now you're talking. Alright. 30-30s are always fun. We got 30-30, 170 speed, powder. These are hand-loaded. Okay. Hand-loaded 30-30s. Nice. I got no issues with that as long as they're halfway decent. Bullet 170, powder 748, 33 grains of powder with a 250 primer. Easy enough. There's that shotgun choke. We got, what else do we have around here? We have a blown up barrel. I wonder what the story is behind this. It looks like, yeah, that's a barrel of some sort, and they cut it. These guys blew up the end of their barrel, probably while reloading, and they cut it off. Alright, that's a thing. Cool. Let's see what else we have in here. The hell? This is some sort of revolver barrel that has been, like, bent. That is fucking cool. I bet that was done as some sort of joke. You stick that onto your revolver and you're gonna shoot yourself. Nice, that's actually pretty funny. Alright, what else do we have in here? Pillow pack? Alright, let me look through this stuff and organize this a bit. Alright, so in this box, I just took the time to sort it all out. We had mostly 22s. This right here is a good mix of 22 long rifle, 22 shorts, 22 Magnum, and 22 Hornet. Mostly 22 long rifle, as you would expect, but there's some Magnums in there. and there's some Hornets mixed in and whatnot. I'll go through them later on. Yeah, here's a Hornet. I just kind of like piled all the 22s together. So there's our 22s. We had some 38 special, only a couple rounds, but I know for a fact there's more in the other boxes. Some 45-70s, got 2 rounds of that. Bunch of 30-30s, so that's nice. I got a 30-06 round, but I know there's more than just one. 300 Weatherby. Those are some big rounds. That's actually the first time I've ever owned any of that. These are the 30-06s. And what was that? We got 45-70. Ah, this is the 300 Win Mag. There's a lot of those in one of these other boxes. I also got some 308s. A lot of those in some of the other boxes. And there's more 22 or 223s, which is what these are in those other boxes. Now, I also had a bag that I just kind of compiled of miscellaneous rounds. Like, if it's rounds that I only found like 1 or 2 of, or that I knew I would never use, then I stuck them in this bag. Like, we got a 300 Blackouting here, although to be fair, I might get myself a 300 Blackout rifle. 25-06, like 243s, lots of 25-06 though, like most of this is 25-06. This looks different. 300 Blackout. What is this one? We have 243. Like, a lot of this stuff, I mean, I might get one of these one day. 260 Remington. I might get one of these one day, and if I do, then I have the ammo. But we're just going to set that aside. That's my miscellaneous bag of ammo. And this right here is the ammo that I am more likely going to use. There was also a lot of really useful reloadable brass in this, so I'm also going to be putting that to use. Like, lots and lots of reloadable brass. So let me go ahead and clear some of this out of the way, and I will grab the next box. But before I do that, I also found a little 45 ACP snap cap. That's pretty freaking cool. Hell yeah. I got a 12 gauge. My guess is no-go gauge, maybe, perhaps. And this is a really unusual round that I've never even heard of. It is a 9x23. Never heard of it. 9x23. And these are rounds that I have no idea what the hell they are. I thought this was a 5.7 at first, but it was just a little too small, and it's rimfire. It's just this hot, mean little looking round. My guess is maybe a 17, but I don't know those very well. And then we have basically the same thing, but a much shorter case. I don't know what this is either, but it is cool. Look at how cute it is. So those are probably going to go in the miscellaneous pile. I think I found a 380, a couple of 9mm, but those are going to go, those aren't anything special. So I'm going to grab the next box. This is something worth looking at. This is a box that says it's full of 38 special, but that's no 38 special right there. This right here looks like somebody has rigged a 38 special cartridge to fire out of one of those old Nagant revolvers. That is cool. Look at that. I could probably still fire these out of a 38, but I'm not gonna. I'll go ahead and do some research on these to find out if that's actually what this is. But that would be my guess, because I don't foresee somebody packing in a 38 like that. More than likely for the Nagant revolvers there. Cool. It says super match. Hold on a second. I believe I am incorrect. There's a picture on the back of these things, and they are in fact loaded in this manner. These Western Supermatch 38 special mid-range cartridges with 148 grain lead clean cutting bullets inside lubricated, that's what it says, are especially designed to give superior accuracy in match competitions. Adapted to all standard arms chambered for this cartridge, non-corrosive primers, and smokeless powder. We warrant the exercise of reasonable care in the manufacture of these cartridges, but make no other warranty expressed or implied. Alright, cool. That's very unusual 38 special loadings. Clean cutting, huh? I'll do some research on these, see if I can find out a bit more about it, because I've never seen a 38 special loaded like that. That is neat, though. My hands are getting dirty. This is some dirty work we're doing here. Alright, let's set that aside. Alright, up next, I got this big ol' ammo can, spam can. 520 cartridges, Cal 30 ball, M2, in cartons. So, old M1 Garand ammunition. Oh. And we have some very Christmas-style, Christmas-colored shotgun shells, red and green. Just a big old bag of those. And more shotgun shells, and a whole slew of loose ammo. Alright, let me start going through this. Alright, that batch of ammo was a really, really mixed pack. I spent like 2.5 hours searching through it. There was a lot of like 308s, that's some 308. Let's see, where else? This over here is a bag of 308. I separated them because that's actually 7.62 NATO. Let's see, there was a bunch of 30-06 in that one too. And what is this? This is 270. Originally I was sticking 270 in the miscellaneous bag, but there was a lot of 270 in that. Like this right here is probably about a third of what I actually found in there. So there's a lot of 270 in there, a few more 30-30s, but mostly 38. Like there's a lot of 38 in there as well. Like 38 and 308. Those were a vast majority of what was in there. But I also found a lot of really unusual miscellaneous cartridges. Like things I've never seen before. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys some of these unusual things I found. This is one of them that I don't know what it is. It almost looks like one of those old Martini Henry rounds, but it's a little too small for that. But it doesn't say anything on the back. It's just got 4 slotted symbols, basically. I have no idea how well this is going to show up on camera, but there we go. Definitely hand-loaded. Then we have a... oh god, hold on. A 4590. This I've actually heard of. This is a monster of a round, but so far I've only found one of them. We have a 348. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, here's a 348 rimmed cartridge. Those are some mean little bastards. This one is really unusual. This one's one I've never heard of. A 3855. That's a 3855. Never heard or seen it before in my life, but there it is right there. This is also one I've never heard of. This literally says 45 auto rimmed. It's like a 45 ACP with a rim on it. I've never seen this before either. I have no idea what this right here chamber's in. I found a couple of 30 caliber Lugers. I mean, I've heard of that before, you know, obviously, but the 30 caliber Luger, it's just interesting that I found some of those, so I thought I'd show that off. This is another one I've never seen before, a 22 MP. Never seen that before in my life, but I am now the proud owner of one of these cartridges. And this is a 35 Remington. This I have heard of, but it's pretty unusual, so I still figured I'd show it off. But by far the most of what I have here are these these Martini Henry looking rounds. I mean, they might be Krag rounds. I don't think so. Actually, I think I actually have a 30-40 Krag around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find that, and I'll compare that one to these, because I don't think that these are Krag rounds. Well, we'll have to find out. That's the only problem with doing this kind of stuff. Like, you come across ammo that's not labeled, so you got to kind of guesstimate what it might be. So let me go ahead and stick this away. We'll hop into the other box, and I'll see if I can find a 30-40 Krag round to size compared to these things, but I'm fairly certain that's not it, because I don't have a Martini Henry round here to compare it to, and I've only seen one in real life for like 15 minutes. Oh yeah. Alright, let me do this. Alright, just from first glance in this box right here, I can already tell that most of this stuff is stuff that I'm gonna know. So that this right here is pretty interesting. This right here looks like, yeah, 7.62 NATO. some sort of belt-fed machine gun. But look, it's got little tracer rounds on it. Little red tip rounds. Ah, that's pretty cool. I hope that's showing up on camera okay. So, that's a thing that I now own. We have, wow, look at this. This is 30-06 ammo. Looks like it's also tracer rounds. Yep, 30-06 on stripper clips. So, probably for an A3 or one of those 1906s or 1903s, something like that. We have 223s on AR-15 stripper clips. That's neat. I'm going to go ahead and take these and throw them into my 223 bag. Just like that. We have empty cases for 4570. I'll set that with the other empty cases that I have. We have, what is this? 300 Win Mag. We're going to start finding a lot of 300 Win Mag in this box. Actually, some of these look... No, they actually look pretty good. Where is my bag of 300 Win Mag? It's somewhere around here. I promise it's somewhere around here. There we go. So far, one. We'll keep track of how many additional ones we find. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of here and stick them in the bag. Okay, so I underestimated how difficult it would be sorting through all this ammunition. But I sorted through all this ammunition. This is just like a... not all of it. Here, let me go ahead and just run you guys over the ammunition that we have here so far. Yes, look at the ammo. But we also have more ammo down here. Whole bunch of ammunition. All nice and fresh and sorted. Everywhere where it needs to be. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff here that I don't have a gun for. So that means it is time for me to go gun shopping. 300 Win Mag. I have a lot of 300 Win Mag ammunition now. This is like mostly 300, but it is a mix of 7mm Remington as well. So I got a lot of 300 Win Mag. So I'll need to either buy or borrow a gun from somebody chambered in 300 Win Mag. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And 30-06. There's a lot of 30-06 as well. Not as much as 300 Win Mag, but I've been looking to get myself a 1903 or a 1906 anyway. So I'm going to put that 30-06 to good use. I found a lot more 308s. Like here's a bag of 308s, and I did stick some more into this bag of 308s. There's a lot of ammo here that is miscellaneous, and I don't know what it is. This is my miscellaneous ammo bag. Here's one, and here's two. There are ones in here that I think I have some general idea as to what they are. Like this one right here. Doesn't actually say anything on the back. It just says KAE. But judging by the size, I'd say this right here is probably an 8mm. But I'm not going to just assume that without measuring it. You know, that's the same thing right there. 350 Remington Magnum. This right here is like a miscellaneous bag. I got like 350 Remington Magnums. 300 Marlin. I got a couple of those too, but not enough to warrant their own bag. So that's kind of what I have going on in these bags. Just miscellaneous stuff that I've got one or two of, or that I don't know what they are. Now, I did find some really unusual stuff in there. This right here is a 7.62 by 54 rimmed. I've never heard of that, never seen it. You know, as far as I know, this no one's ever heard of this cartridge before. I hope that you guys realize that's sarcasm. If you don't know that I'm being sarcastic right now, then by God, you got to go check out the rest of my YouTube channel, because like 90% of my stuff is with the Mosin Nagant, however you want to pronounce that. If you're gonna yell at me for mispronouncing it, shut the fuck up. Alright, let's see, what else do I have? I got some 7mm Mauser ammo. Not much, but just a little bit of it. And that's pretty awesome, because I actually want a 7mm Mauser rifle as well. What else? Oh, I'm not sure if I showed this yet, but look, I got a couple of stripper clips for what I'm assuming is a C96 chambered in 9mm. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm thinking these are. Really cool to have them. You know, I don't own a C96, but those are still really neat to have. Ah, yes, I did find a 3040 Craig, and this is in fact not what I thought that other thing was. I figured it wasn't, but I've in fact confirmed it. I found one singular 5.7. Hooray, look at that. That's a 5.7. I found one singular 357 SIG. That's what this bastard is, bottleneck cartridge. Those are mean little rounds. Okay. I found a 480 Smith & Wesson Magnum. This isn't exactly a mystery cartridge, but it's just really fucking awesome to have. These are some bad motherfuckers. I found a 350 Remington. I think I already showed you guys that. Also really badass little rounds. This one right here just says 30 USA, and I don't know what it is. All it says is 30 USA, so I'm not certain. It doesn't look like 30 caliber, so I have no idea. I have that's another 350 Remington. I have a, God, what is this? 765 by 54. It's not a rimmed cartridge, it's 765 by 54. I don't really know what this is. I want to say, let me look that up real quick. Alright, it is 765 Argentine. Now that I'm looking at it and reading through this, yeah, I actually remember this round. Alright, so it's not quite as miscellaneous as I thought it was. Not quite as common as people think it is, but this is a 444 Marlin. I heard of that maybe once whenever I was a kid. Like, it's just one of those things that you kind of remember. Like, sorry, I'm shaking the camera, moving around. It's one of those things that you kind of remember, like it's a dream you had as a child that you used to have all the time, but now don't, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's a thing that exists. That's kind of what I have going on right now. This is I'm not sure what this is. It just says WRA 64. No idea. Zero clue on that. This one right here, you're looking at, that's another 7mm Argentine. Or 765 Mauser, same thing. 30 Remington. This right here is like a little tiny bullet on a massive fucking cartridge. That's pretty rad. And we have, this just says 762C. I don't know what this is. Judging by the size of it, I think it's a 762 by 51, but I could be wrong. And like I said, I'm not just going to make assumptions on what things are without actually measuring them out. So my next step is to take the miscellaneous ammo that I'm not sure what it is and do some measuring. But I'm going to do that later. I've done enough tonight. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go on Gunbroker. I'm going to browse rifles. And I'm going to see if I can come across some of this stuff that would be fun to fire. Like this right here, I got tons of 308 ammo, but I don't have a 308 rifle that can handle it. I have a one of those Oviedo Spanish Mausers, but this ammo's too hot to run in that thing. So that 308 rifle is typically for like cheap steel case and whatnot. It was chambered for the Set Me cartridge. I got a lot of 270 rounds as well, so I might borrow my brother-in-law's 270 because he does have one. The issue is I got to get a hold of it. I thought I had more 4570 in this thing, but no, I guess I only have the 3. Bunch of 38s, bunch of 223s, not as many as I'd like. A couple of 7.62 by 39, not as many as I'd like. These are 357s. I started finding 357s comprised or piled into the 38 bags, so I started separating them. This is a full brass 410 shotgun shell. I had no idea what this was until I found one that was clean enough to read 410 on it. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. So that's rather neat to have. I'm probably not going to shoot these because all I have is a little single shot Stevens 410. That was my great grandfather's way back in the day, and I don't want to risk blowing it up. So probably not going to shoot those particular ones unless I get myself something else, but I don't foresee me buying myself another shotgun, another 410, just to fire off these 3 rounds. So I don't know. Maybe one day down the road I'll come across someone that has a 410 and it's like, hey, we can just use this. Alright, what else do I have around here? I have so much ammo laying around here. I filled up another bag with 22s, almost entirely 22 long rifle, but God, I'm tired. I got some 9mm over here, a couple of 380s, not very many of them, but enough to probably fill, I don't know, a magazine in my Star BM, so that is enough for me. I also got this shotgun choke. I got some nifty perfume. What else? I got this muzzle brake right here, which is broken. It's a broken muzzle brake. 2 rounds of 7.62 by 54 rim. It sucks because, like, most of this ammo I don't have a gun for, so I'm gonna have to go gun shopping for most of this. But I did find 223, 7.62 by 54, 7.62 by 39, a lot of 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and 16 gauge shotgun shells. 308. I was gonna get myself a 308 anyway, so it's good to know that I have that. And the 30-06 ammo, I was gonna get myself a 1903 and or a 1906 at some point in time. So good that I have that, because like those two are going to happen. And I just have so much 300 Win Mag ammo, I have like no choice but to get myself one of those as well. Originally, I really didn't want one because I didn't really know about them, but I've done a bit of research on them. And yeah, these are some mean little rounds. Actually, there's some mean, rather large rounds. So that'll be a thing. I like how some of these are like chrome or nickel and other ones are like brass. It's just a really beautiful combination of this stuff. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is hand loaded. Whatever was in this box is hand loaded. So before I actually go about firing it, I'm going to just make sure that they're hand loaded properly if it's not factory ammunition. Like some of this stuff is obviously factory ammo, but then other things are obviously hand loads. So I'll be jumping between them. I got some 30-30s too. I think those will be pretty fun to shoot. I'm not a huge fan of 30-30s, but I have the ammo and I have the gun, so I may as well. I got some 32 auto as well. I almost picked up a little French 32. As a matter of fact, I still might at some point down the road. I actually have quite a surplus of new firearms coming, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This right here was pretty much just me going through all this stuff. I had no idea what to expect other than knowing there would be a lot of ammo, but I had no idea that it was so mixed up. Like, this was difficult. This was a difficult experience. I like the little revolver barrel right here. This is something that I'm gonna hang on my wall because that is badass. I don't know who the hell did that, but I want to give them a high five. That is rad. Alright, well, thanks for watching. It's getting kind of cold, and I'm like really hungry. I'm yet to eat today, and it's like midnight the next day, and I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some whiskey, get some food, probably start putting some of this away. I have no idea where I'm gonna put all this ammo, but I'll figure it out. My throat hurts because of all the dust and crap and debris that came out of this. So I'm done talking for right now. I'm gonna go drink some water, or drink water, then drink some whiskey, then do some other stuff, yada yada yada. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to see the slew of firearms I have coming in, I'll be doing plenty of gun videos on those while I burn off my now vast surplus of free ammunition. That's going to be a fun-ass time. Oh, I'm so happy that I got this ammo for nothing. I got so much ammo for absolutely nothing. Even if I don't have the firearms for it yet. That will come. Go ahead and check out the Patreon page. I've started doing Q&As on the Patreon page due to people asking me a lot of repeat questions or a lot of really unorthodox questions. So rather than answer them in the comments below to where people continue to ask the same question, I stuck it on the Patreon page. So go check that out. Go off. Have a fantastic day. I'm over here falling asleep while I'm talking to the camera. I'm sure that's very apparent. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh yeah, one other thing. This scope. I'm gonna see if I can find a manufacturer on this scope, and I want to see what kind of scope this actually is. I see. Yeah, alrighty. 1 click, 4. Alright, so it looks pretty standard out to 100 yards, but I'm not certain. I'm not exactly a mastermind whenever it comes to optic technology because I don't really use them very much, but I have a scope now and it works, so I might put it to use. I have no idea what scope it is or what the zooming capabilities are on it. Hell, I barely got a look at the reticle on it. What is this? Oh, more 30-06 rounds. Oh joy, let's just put those right there. Okay, time for whiskey.